Hi, I'm Paul Saxton, CTO of 5Y Technology. Welcome to one of our 2-minute Data Bite sessions, this time on data warehouses and data lakes. Before we take a look at data warehouses and data lakes, let's take a short minute to talk about a database, a typical database that most people would understand. A database stores information in tables and columns, and it's optimized for data storage. We need to think about multiple users accessing that data at the same point in time and think about how we structure it so that it doesn't grow to an obscene size. Data ingestion is the piece that we want to optimize. We want to make sure those transactions get into the database really quickly. The side effect of running a database like that is that the structures tend to be quite complex. They're great from a programming perspective, but for an end user to access the information becomes quite difficult. In contrast, if we look at a data warehouse, our objectives are completely different. We're thinking about optimizing the data for egress or access to the information. Data is stored in a way that makes it easy to understand, easy to access, and highly performant from an analytical perspective. So transactional data is known as OLTP databases, and analytical databases or data warehouses are OLAP. Both use the same database technologies. Tables and columns store our information. The way we structure them are different based on our objectives. Now, if we take a look at a data lakes are a completely different technology. Data is stored in an unstructured format in a file system. Data's sent to the data lake at high speed, stored efficiently and incredibly cheaply in that unstructured format. If we think about access to that information, we would access it the way we do a file system on a typical machine. Take a look at a folder, open a file, and take a look at data often stored in CSV or Parquet format for us to be able to read. Clearly, that information isn't going to be useful to the average business user when they want to understand metrics from within the organization. Additional layers of transformation need to happen to be able to understand and gain information from the data stored within the data lake. That really means that what we need to do is layer another structured database on top of our data lake. Typically, we layer our data warehouse on top of that data lake to turn that data into information. So really, data warehouses and data lakes are not the same technology. A data lake is about cheap, efficient storage of structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, a good, clean place for us to keep information long-term. Data warehouses, on the other hand, are a way of us structuring information to allow business users to access that information really quickly and easily. There are some new technologies moving along with data lake houses, which start to blend those two technologies together to give some of the benefits of data lake and data warehousing under the same umbrella under the same umbrella.